Hey, I'm Finn, web designer and web developer, and this is my old portfolio website. And over the last few years, it's gotten me over 40 web design and development clients. It also landed me a full-time web design job at Antler, one of the fastest growing investment firms in the world. And this wasn't just luck. I followed a specific blueprint on my portfolio website that attracts clients. I recently used this blueprint on my new 2025 portfolio website, and now it's time to share it with you guys. In this video right here, I'm going to be breaking down the blueprint, showing you how you can build a portfolio that brings in real paying clients. If you find this video helpful, please slap on a like, it really helps me out. With that being said, let's dive straight in. So the biggest mistake, the biggest misconception that designers have about their portfolios is that more equals better. More pages, more animations, more projects, more testimonials, more call to actions, more. But here's the truth. It's actually the opposite. The more we try and cram into our portfolio website, the more that we overwhelm and distract our target clients. And when our clients are distracted, they bounce. Even Einstein said it best. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The high converting portfolios are the ones that are uncluttered, simple, and straight to the point. But here's the real question. What actually needs to go on your portfolio? When a client first lands on your portfolio, they're looking to see, is this person legit? Does this person look like a professional? The client makes a snap judgment about you. And if the client sees any red flags where you don't look professional, they're gonna bounce from your portfolio website. But if you look like a pro and the design feels polished, then you've passed the first test. So as you can see here, we're on my website and it's pretty well designed, pretty clean. But one of the first things the client will see is this image of me. And this is really important to have a high quality image. Now, this photo of you is the first thing the client will see on the website. And if that photo is high quality, it's taken in a studio, or for example, my photo, I was speaking at an event. And so you can see how that will build a lot of trust with the client. So if you can, find a friend who has a good camera or pay for a studio photo shoot. And that high quality photo is gonna make you look super legit, super professional, and it's gonna build a lot of trust with that client. If you wanna take things to the next level, I've also added a video here. So if I click this, it actually plays a video. So if you really wanna take it to the next level, you can film a video and put it into a pop-up like this here. You also wanna show that the client is in the right place. And you can do that by actually putting your job title in the header here. So I put designer and developer. So that just shows the person that if they're looking for a developer or a designer, they're in the right place, and it's gonna help them stay and not bounce. Don't forget to add in a couple of buttons, call to actions. So I've got my LinkedIn and my YouTube channel, and I've also got a contact button up here in the nav so that at any point on the page, that person can contact me. On my portfolio, I've added this section below where it talks a little bit more about who I am. There's also a bit of an animation with fade in on these words here. This isn't essential, but I wanted to add this just to talk a bit more about my personal brand and who I am. So because we've got a high quality image, a good quality design, at that stage, the client's saying, look, this person seems legit. I want to know more about them. Can they help me with my problem? That's why after the hero section, we go straight down into projects. Showing your work is the clearest way to say, I've helped people like you in the past and I can do it again. And on my portfolio, I've only put 4 projects here to not overwhelm the user. My first quick tip for your portfolio projects is make sure they're inside a mockup. As you can see here, all of these projects are in really high quality Photoshop mockups with a screen, a couple in there with a phone as well. This makes your work look really professional, and I just highly recommend whenever you present your work, no matter where, use a mockup. Now you'll also notice that on these sections here, I've added these little icons with Figma and Webflow just to show you the tools that I've been building with. This is really awesome for clients because if they're looking for a Webflow developer and they see Webflow's icon right here by your project, it just reassures them that you've got the skills to deliver what they need. So it's a really good look. And obviously, if you click on these projects here, it's going to lead to the case study page, but we're actually going to talk about that a bit later. Right after projects, it's important that we add a testimonial section. The cool thing here is that we're backing up those projects we've just shown with real life client testimonials. I've put my testimonials in a slider here. At this point, the client sees you as a legit professional with a proven track record of helping other clients. That alone is enough to get you hired. But if you want to double your chances of getting hired, the final thing the client is looking to see in your portfolio is if you have a personal brand. If the client sees that people publicly respect you, that you have a following, you have a personal brand, it builds an immense amount of trust and makes them feel really good about choosing you. The way I recommend building a personal brand on your website is by adding the following 2 sections. The first one is a places I've been featured section, and the next one is a content section. So that could be YouTube videos or a blog. Now let's just go back up to the featured in section here. This is such a powerful section to position you as someone that is a leader in your industry. I did get the chance to speak at a couple events here. And so all I've done is taken some photos from those events and I've just put them and linked out to these, talks on YouTube. So now it's your turn. If you've ever been on a podcast, spoken at an event, or done anything public, even just giving a presentation at your company, that could be featured on your featured in section. I also completely understand if you're not at that stage yet, which is why you can go on and build a content section here. Now, content, like I said, can be video content. It is the best way to go. It builds the most trust. Have a YouTube channel, but you could have a blog if that's, if you're not ready to get on video yet. But as you can see here, the client can actually go and check out my YouTube channel and see all these videos that I've made showing what I know about design. It doesn't really matter too much about how many views you're getting or how viral your content is. What matters is from the client's perspective, they just see you have a YouTube channel and they immediately think that you know what you're talking about. So here's what I recommend. If you don't have a channel, just go and make a couple of videos, upload them, and then feature them on your portfolio. So if you can combine a featured section, but also your content section in there as well, that's gonna contribute to your personal brand. And it's gonna show clients that you have a following and people are respecting what you do, which is gonna make them fall in love with you. By this point, someone wants to reach out, they just need a very simple way to do that. So here you can have your contact form. So that was the homepage. Let's quickly look over the case study page. As you can see, if I click on one of these projects here, it takes me to an individual page. For these case studies, all we wanna do is put a nice big mock-up in the hero section, have some minimal information about what tools you used, the year, a live link to the actual site, maybe a little description about the client project. But most of this page here is gonna just be screenshots of mockups. So I'm just showing you, here's what I've actually produced. And then you've got more projects down below. Very simple. It's all about showing, not telling. So that's really all you need to have a high converting portfolio. It's really simple, but there's no point having a good portfolio if no one's seeing it. And that's why I made this video about how to build a strong LinkedIn presence as a web designer so you will get traffic to your portfolio. Hopefully that helps, and if you liked the video, I'm really glad you did, and I'll see you in the next one.